Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. And if you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you in doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool, it's not the final rule. It's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really, truly want to see what's up. Okay, hope you all are doing wonderful. Hope you're feeling great. Hope you got something nice on your plate. Hope you're feeling great. All right. All right, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me collect my things here, okay? Let me collect my things. Allow me to collect my things. All right. The first card that we have here, collective, is the Eight of Cups. So it looks like you have your mind made up. Your back is turned towards a situation. You're very firm, okay? You're already packed up at the door. So it looks like you're in the energy of no one can talk you out of this. Whatever decision you are making, collective, you're standing on it and no one can talk you out of this decision. You have things packed up, you got your back turned, and you're in front of the door. And I wouldn't doubt if you got the car running or the keys in your hand, okay? You might have that, what's that auto starter, okay, where you start the car from in the house, okay? You probably got the car started already, okay? No one can stop you or change your mind. You have a strong conviction about there's something you're changing your mind about. You've decided, you've been contemplating for a long time, and you've decided, after weighing your options, that you separating or leaving maybe a relationship, a job, a situation, you're leaving something behind. This could be a family, this could be a relationship, this could be a career, but whatever this is for you, you are firm in your decision. You've already been in the thought. So if anyone is trying to get the collective to change your mind, I'm sorry. They're strong in their conviction. I gotta show it to you. Look, they're packed up and they're at the door. And I'm telling you, they got the car running. Or the keys is in their hand. Maybe they're positioning the key. Like, let me get the ignition key. Wait, let me get it positioned in my hand. So there's something that has gotten on your nerves. You have become fed up over time, so much so you have even tapped in spiritually. You could be someone who is very spiritual, okay? You do believe in a higher power, and you let this be known. That's for somebody. You let it be known. Everyone that knows you know this about you, okay? All right. And you could have been into, you have already tapped and went within yourself. You've already done meditation. You've done your prayer. You've done the grounding work. You've weighed your options, they're saying. And you're like, no more of this. And so this could be a relationship, or maybe something on your job where you feel things are imbalanced, things aren't fair. Maybe when you were hired, you were given one particular job description, and all of a sudden you show up at work and things change. So it's like there's a lot of heavy demands that have been placed on you, and it's created some kind of stress. And you tried to endure, you tried to be patient. I'm also picking up, you tried to have a conversation to change things, but you felt you were not being heard because no change occurred. So you're like, you know what? I'm out of there. I don't have to deal with this. I'm out of there, okay? So you've spoken up about this, and you've been very patient with the process. And now you're like, look, it's time for me to move on, okay? You could have received a message from your ancestors, in your dream state, or through a sign and synchronicity that it's time for you to move forward, okay? You may have also received a message or confirmation, whether this is in the spiritual or physical, if this is employment, for you not to worry about being unemployed, because there is work available. There's a blessing, there's something available for you, and you may have received confirmation, okay? This is something you haven't shared with anyone, and that's good. They're saying to do that, keep that to yourself. And so, yes, You've already tapped in. You're already very confident. You trust and know that, look, I'm turning my back on this situation, but where I'm going, I'm pretty sure it's much better than what I'm leaving behind. And so that's why you're very strong in your decision, and no one can make you waver in this. This could be a job or a relationship that you've been in for several years, and it's just taken a toll on you. Things started out, where there was once love, where there was respect, or reciprocity, whether this is a relationship or your employment, okay? But you feel disregarded, you feel disrespected. hmm And so you're going where you can grow. I see you moving on to a career or a job where you can grow, where your description won't change. It's something about too many demands being placed on you, and maybe management or HR. Maybe you receive a lot of complaints, and you're like, look, these complaints are not accurate because the demands that are being forced on me, they don't make sense. They're not fair. And it looks like this job or management or the supervisor, whoever this person is on this job, they felt that because you've been there for such a long time that you wouldn't go anywhere. They felt that you were so comfortable that you would never leave. So they could be very shocked. There could be a lot of chatter. Oh, do you know Collective is leaving? Yeah, they turned in their 2 weeks notice, or they walked off the job. Okay, you might just be walking off saying deuces. Check up the deuces. Okay, or if this is relationship, the family could be talking, or maybe the neighbors talking. You see the Collective, they packing boxes and they left. I thought they would never separate. Yeah, they're gone now. People are in shock. They grew accustomed to you. They thought you would never leave. They thought you would, stay with it and keep going with the hoopla, with the nonsense, um, with the unfairness. I'm picking up unfairness. It was just unfair. If this is a relationship, what was going on in the household was unfair. Maybe there was an imbalance in responsibilities. You were doing your part, but maybe your spouse wasn't doing their part. This could be financially. This could be emotionally. Okay. This could be something romantically. Maybe you're unsatisfied with them, or they're unsatisfied with you. Maybe your desires have changed. I speak on that a lot in a lot of reads. In life, regarding all things, not just a relationship. Your desires will change in life as you move forward, as you grow. The things you wanted, in the past, you won't, it may change in the future, or you just may not want it in the future. Okay. And that's natural because we're always in the energy of change and evolution. Things are changing inside of us and outside of us. And so, that could be also that you've just outgrown this connection. Maybe you don't know what it is, and maybe you have both come to some kind of agreement that, look, this is not working. I don't feel the way I feel about you. You don't feel the way you feel about me. So let's just make it easy on both of us, and I'm going to skedaddle. You could have a mutual understanding, with your spouse. That's for somebody, not for everybody. But I'm also picking up on someone who's, walking out that door, and someone could be begging you to stay. Realizing that you are a great person and they're missing out on a wonderful opportunity. But when people desires change, when they don't like what they thought they loved, okay, when they don't like, you hear that, Collective? When you don't like what you thought you loved, it's okay. When you don't like in life what you thought you love, it's okay. Meaning it's okay to change your mind. Now, people often take that and they internalize that as a negative. Oh, we're getting a divorce. Well, that means somebody do no longer likes what they thought they loved. It's not about trying to hurt you. It's not about disrespecting you. It's that a person's desires are changing. It's not always about attraction either. Things change over time. Maybe you once wanted to be in a connection and wanted to grow old with someone, but maybe that changed as you move forward, and it's okay. But because of the programming and the mindset of the human beings here in the matrix, we often internalize these things as a negative. And there are people who go into depression and all kind of nefarious deeds when desires change in their life, in a relationship or in their life in general, in any area. And when you let that marinate, it does not make any sense to become upset or go into depression or, just go into a saturated state of negativity, depression, because your desires change or something around you change. It's supposed to, it's natural. It's natural for things to change, whether we like it or not. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's whether we like it or not, it's natural for things to change. Okay? You may go to a restaurant and say, you know what, I want chicken. No, I don't want chicken. I want a salad. It's natural for you to change your mind. You know why? Because there's a menu there with many options. And just like life, guess what? Life gives you what? Many of options. Okay? So it's not always about someone trying to hurt you. Spirit is saying to let you know that, collective. It's about it is a natural thing for a person's desires to change in life in all areas. So don't take it personal. Okay? Don't take it personal. Allow a person to leave you. If they're at that door and they want to leave, let them. Allow them to leave. Have your moment, boo hoo hoo, cry. Have your moment. Do not ignore your feelings, but allow people to leave. If it no longer works. And that's the time when you're supposed to tap in and go within, okay? And connect with source and figure out what's your next move of how to heal and how to progress forward, okay? But you don't want to try to force a situation that has ran its course, because you will only inflict pain onto yourself. You'll break your own heart when you try to force something that no longer fits, or when you make excuses of why you should stay in an unhealthy relationship. It's not a Bible verse that's telling you to stay in that relationship. It's not the children that's telling you to stay in that relationship. If it's unhealthy, that means everyone is being impacted. And it could be something where people are being physical with each other, or it can just be an unhealthy household. That hurts the children to even reside in a household where this is going on constantly. And this could represent many things. Okay. So if the household is unhappy, even if you have a small infant child, that baby can feel the energy, the impact of that. You may think they can't, but they can. It's very impactful and effective, if you're not caring about what's going on in your home energetically or between you and your spouse, and you're choosing to stay, and you know that this person wants to leave and you're trying to force them to leave, or you're giving yourself excuses. You're giving yourself excuses to stay in a connection, and a person is letting you know, hey, my desires have changed. I no longer want this. It's not a time to internalize it. It's a time to let it go, let it flow, and for you to connect with source. Okay? And seek guidance there. Seek guidance there. As much as people go inside of the cathedral and choose one particular day of the week to exercise and scream about how much they believe and have faith, when you are in these situations, these are the moments that you should exercise your faith of a mustard seed. This is when you should pull out that mustard seed and flex it. Okay, that's the message. This is the message. Okay. And the next card we have here is the intuitive. Okay, so you are receiving confirmation. This is not a coincidence through this read. Okay, this could be your story or someone around you. You're leaving a situation, collective, or someone around you could be leaving a situation, or you could have someone that you know who is confiding in you about them leaving. Maybe they're planning to leave and their spouse don't know it. Okay, maybe they've been making arrangements, which is wonderful. That's a positive. Maybe they've been making arrangements. Maybe they've been saving money and preparing to leave. Okay. So this is your confirmation. It's time to bring those things back into balance. Okay. High Priestess energy there. This is your confirmation. This is not a coincidence. Or you telling yourself, oh, it's traditional. What, traditional to be miserable? I think not. Traditional to be unhappy? I think not. And then the children go up, and what will they duplicate? What they saw in the household. And I'm pretty sure no one wants their offspring, if you are a parental figure. This part of the read is only for those who are parents. But if you are a parental figure and you know that the household is unhealthy, meaning it's negative, it's toxic, there's constant chaos going on, no one wants their offspring growing up and allowing their spouse to mistreat them because of what they witnessed mom or dad go through. Nobody wants that for their children, because that's what will happen. The boys will grow up and want what they saw, mom and dad endure. The girls will grow up and want and saw what mom and dad endured. Hey, so we have to stop normalizing to sacrifice ourselves, knowing that it's time to let it go. It's time to come out. This is solitary. Come out. Of the energy of acting oblivious, as if you don't know when it's time to end a situation. And there are sacrifices that have to be made. There are some people stay for money. They feel that they can't financially thrive. Well, guess what? If you take a step, guess what? That's when that mustard seed, you pull that faith. You scream and shout, and you say you have faith. Well, this is the time to exercise it. You take a step, the divine will take a step. You take a step, the divine may take 2 steps, maybe 3 steps. You never know where your goal lies, but there's no need to sit in misery, misery, misery. Yeah, misery or misery. There's no need to inflict stagnation and block your purpose and your blessing and your opportunity, because a lot of these relationships are not meant for the connection to last forever. This is just a message. Yes, it is. Everyone is not coming in your life to stay forever, ever, ever. But because you are taught these things, when that person's desire change, you get angry, you get upset, and you internalize it. Oh, it's me, it's me. No, it's not you. It's the natural state of change of life. And it doesn't have nothing to do with you. You're still beautiful. You're still handsome. You're still lovable. You're still valuable. You do matter. It has nothing to do with you. It's a natural state of existence here on planet Earth for human beings, for them to change their desires, what they like, what they don't like. It's natural. And when you suppress it and you don't allow it, that's when friction will occur. You don't want to block your blessings, or block your opportunity to walk in your purpose, because you're staying in a connection that you were supposed to leave years ago, but you chose to stay because, oh, something financial. Oh, I'm worried about what people think. Oh, I'm worried about what it's going to look like. Oh, they paying a car note on that truck. I can't leave it. Oh, they just bought so and so. Oh no, all these excuses and these reasons, and you just never know where your goal lies. Your favor may be on the other side of this situation. That person could be a karmic relationship that came into your life that was written in the stars. It was meant for you to meet this person, to experience them, for them to experience you, learn the lesson, and move on. Not to stay there and say, oh no, I'm going to keep this right here. Don't you move a finger. I'm going to keep this right here. I know we unhealthy, but we going to keep it right here, and think somebody's going to give you a gold star. There's no reward for that. There is no reward for that. That's the message. And I have to give it to you straight with no chaser. A double. So, yeah. So keep going, keep moving forward. Your mind is made up, and that is beautiful. And Spirit wants you to keep on going, okay? Keep on going, keep on sowing, because you be knowing. You know what is for you, collective. You know what is not for you. And this is in all things, not just with a relationship, whether it's work, whether it's relationship, whether it's the kind of food you like, maybe the kind of soap you use, maybe you want to change your moisturizer, okay? Maybe you want to use shea butter instead of cocoa butter. It could be a lot of things. Maybe you want to use coconut oil. Whatever it is for you, feel free to change your mind. It does not have to be edged in stone. Nothing's edged in stone. Nothing is permanent. It just is what it is. And it may be events that we don't like, okay? Like when a person transitions, that's a situation that people experience, humans experience that we don't like, but there's another whole purpose behind that. That's another video. Those are whole different cards I need to pull out and speak about one day. But yeah, it just is what it is. We're here to learn and we're here to grow. Uh, and some people come for a long time and some people come for a short time. And we have to come to an understanding, but also respectfully. So I also understand that everyone comes into their own awakening at their own time. No two planes will take off at the same time. It wouldn't be safe, nor would it be wise. No two people are going to go to lunch at 11:45. Somebody might go at 5 minutes till, and somebody just might wait till 1 o'clock. Like, hey, someone might just wait till 1 o'clock. Like, I'm gonna have a late lunch today. But either way, um, when you realize that you're having that spiritual nudge that something is not working for you, the message is to just let it go. Because there will be moments when what you once loved is no longer desirable, or the person you may be with may not be desiring it, but it's not about you. Later.